This Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and wet good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, and it's nice to be inside today for a number of reasons. Number one, it's pretty chilly out there. Number two, it's doggone wet out there. Matthew, currently it looks like we do have mostly rain shower activity, but there are a few spots that are reporting snow showers, because we mentioned yesterday, we figured the northern tip of the Lower Peninsula was going to get some snow, and sure enough, it happened. There's even some weather advisories up when you go from I-75 north of Houghton Lake up to and around the bridge right now. But currently, what are we looking at?
Well, over at the airport, it's raining at 37. Over in Midland, it's also raining at 37. Here at Radio Center, it's raining at 36. We have east winds at 5 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.85, and it's falling.
We're looking at a little bit of a break of this precipitation, and as we go through the afternoon, it is going to taper off. This afternoon, especially after 2 o'clock this afternoon, you probably won't see anything in the way of moisture, but it is going to remain pretty chilly because not only do we have a damp air out there, but also an east wind, and that wind is not going to go away. It'll actually become northeasterly late this afternoon and then shift to the northwest overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, which means we're going to begin to see some clearing out there. There was some freezing drizzle in the central part of the Lower Peninsula earlier this morning, and that northern tip was also looking at some freezing rain and some snow mixed in. All of it because of a low pressure system over the Ohio Valley area, actually over eastern Kentucky. And that low is going to track almost straight north, maybe a little bit to the northeast, and wind up over London, Ontario as we go into the later afternoon hours. It's a very fast moving low. And then by tonight, it's going to be well off to the east, eastern Ontario province, and actually into sections of northwestern Quebec province. The frontal system associated with it is going to be a major culprit for weather, especially along the East Coast, because eventually all of this is going to move over there, and they're going to run into some travel issues on some of the main highways along up and down that East Coast. There has been some severe weather overnight and early this morning along the Gulf Coast, which has been very quiet for the past several weeks. They've had very little, if any, moisture along the Gulf Coast from Texas through Louisiana, Mississippi, into Alabama, and then eventually over into Florida and southern Georgia. All of that changed over the last 24 hours, and there has been some severe weather and also some unofficial sightings of tornadoes in that part of the country. It's all because of that trailing front, which is hooked on to that low that's generating all the activity that we're getting here. So rainy skies, it should end as we go into the afternoon hours. We're going to try to work our way up to about 43. We made it up to right around 40, and that was it for a number of locations in the state yesterday. So we'll be just a tad warmer. 37 with mostly cloudy skies tonight. Frontal system is going to be moving through, and that is going to push the temperatures not so much upward or downward. It's going to be fairly consistent. This wind shift line is not going to really pack a whole lot of wallop, but it is going to change the wind direction, because as we go through the day tomorrow, we'll start off with a northwest breeze, and then it'll become southwest as we go into tomorrow night, which normally signifies that the temperature is going to warm up just a little bit, and it will. Our forecast for Thursday is no heat wave, but at least we'll be about 2-3 degrees warmer after a high of 43 today, 43 tomorrow, and nighttime lows 36 tonight and tomorrow night. We'll get up to about 45 for a high on Thursday, but another wind shift line is going to be moving through late on Thanksgiving Day. That'll drop our temperatures down to about 25 for a low on Thursday night. Then on Friday, much cooler because that second wind shift line is going to be moving through. Partly cloudy skies on Friday, Black Friday, but our temperatures only get up to about 35, 36 degrees, and then 22 for a low on Friday night. Saturday, clouds. Sunday, clouds. Middle 30s on Saturday, upper 30s on Sunday, and then there will be a chance of another system moving in on Sunday night. It's not a lot of moisture associated with it, but given the fact that temperatures are only going to get up to about 35, 36 degrees, and then drop down to 28 for a low on Sunday night, whatever moisture we do get, more than likely will be a mix of rain and snow and possibly some slick road conditions for the start of the work week next week. Sun will set this evening at 5:07, rise tomorrow morning at 7:39. The average high for this time of the year is 44, so we're pretty close to what's normal. Actually, a little bit warmer than normal at night. Nighttime temperatures should be right around 30. Record high in this state, 69, set in 1913, 100 years ago today. The record low is 8, set in 2014. The coldest ever, 21st of November, was set in 2014. 28 was our high, 8 was our low. The warmest ever, November 21st, 1913, you guessed it, 69 was our high, 55 was our low. And the most amount of snowfall we've ever had on this date was set back in 2015. We had 3 inches. So in a nutshell, that's the way things are shaping up for right now. Matthew, standing by, who do we have?
Up next, we have Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons and Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. Those Farmall tractors, they've got them. They've got them ready to go for your farming operation or whatever need you have on your property. At Farmall tractor, there's a wide range of horsepowers, 35 to 140 horses. And at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, they've got them all. Anywhere from the value-packed Compact Farmall A to the Deluxe Compact Farmall C and C Series with cabs. That's one you could probably use on a day like today. Don't forget, this tractor does it all. So no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red, and it's called Farmall. For more information, get that tractor of your choice to save a little money with year-end savings. You got some 0%, and you've also got cashback savings available too at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Abby Terwilliger. Abby, good morning. How are you? I'm not hearing Abby.
Abby, are you there?
Let's try that. Are you there, Abby?
Yes.
There you are. Wonderful. The magic of technology. If it works. If it works.
Yeah, it's a love to hate relationship there. That is for sure.
I guess so. Well, for a minute, I was afraid you were going to back out because, we do have some pluses on the board, but that old reliable soybean contract where we were showing pluses kind of went backwards a little bit on us.
Yeah. Actually right now we are up 4. for right now. The Brazil didn't get the rain that it was expecting to get, so that is pushing the prices up a little bit. So,
Oh yeah, now I see that it is up.
yep, we are actually up 4 right now. Cash price in hemlock for soybeans is $12.90. For corn, it's $3.96. In red wheat, $4.50. White wheat, $5.15.
Yeah, the wheat didn't look too bad in Chicago. I mean, nice move up.
Yeah, it's actually up 7.25 this morning.
So do we have
anything
some
up is a positive.
Yeah, do we have some news? Did we sell some, or is there a lack of some wheat in areas around the country, around the world?
I'm not exactly sure. Ukraine has said that their planning should be right on par with previous years. Export is a little bit better, so I'm guessing that's what it is going off of, but it's still 90 million metric ton behind last year.
I see. And as far as corn goes, it's up, but not a lot.
No, it's been teetering around right around $4 cash value. It's up 1 3/4 right now, but seems like it goes 390 to 410, and it just wants to play around in there.
Yeah, it looks like it. Give us a little bit of a crop update just from what you're seeing out by your elevator. You think a lot of the producers are wrapping up the corn, or is there still a bunch yet to get?
Based on driving around, seeing some numbers and what we're expecting, I'm guessing we're right around between 50 and 60% done. Got quite a few guys that are, either wrapping up or done, and then you also have some guys that are still just getting started. So,
well, I know that there were some challenges, especially when it came to moisture and test weight. Have we picked up a little bit out in your area on the test weight?
Yep, most test weights have been fine, few and far between. They're below the 54, and our average moisture has been about 19.5 coming in here at the elevator.
Yeah, so that has come down quite a bit.
Yep, there is some fields where you can tell that they came up uneven and at different times. There is some that are up into the 30s still. Fortunately, not a whole lot, just here and there we'll get a load.
Yeah. Well, you take care. Happy Thanksgiving to you, your family, and everybody out at the Andersons.
And go Lions.
There you go. I never thought I'd say that or hear it. Well, we'll take it. We'll take it. You take care, Abby. All right. Abby Twilliger over at the Andersons. Over to Doug Klein we go. The Market Report brought to you by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. You got a plan for an event coming up, whether it's the holidays right around the corner or anything that's coming up in 2024. Krizak's House is the solution if you've got to prepare the food for an event. 989-894-5531. You just call them up, tell them what you want. They'll have it ready for you, and you will be a hero at your event. And also, with the holidays coming up, it is a great place to dine in as well. Krizak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. And by Steiner Tractor, new parts for old tractors made easy. They understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. They do take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts. 800-234-3280 if you need that part, or just go to steinertractor.com. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Do we have anything to be thankful for today?
Oh, well, let's see. The NASDAQ, the Qs, hit a new high yesterday, so that was positive. Apparently, all the short sellers are out of it now, so we'll see. We'll see if that lasts. The stock markets are down a little bit today, but kind of giving back a little bit of this latest rally because it's been pretty substantial. Obviously, the grains are up a little bit. Energy is just kind of flattish, not one way or the other. A little bit of a rally in precious metals, gold and silver and platinum. So that's happening. So anyway, that's about it. I did see home sales at a 13-year low, and they said that was due to the price of homes being pretty high. So there's not a lot of people able to go ahead and buy those things. So we'll see where that goes. But anyway, so here's your numbers. The December corn is $4.71.5, up 2 cents. March corn $4.90 1/4, up 2 3/4. January soybeans $13.72 1/4, up a nickel. The March soybeans $13.88, up 4 3/4. December wheat is 552 and a quarter, up 8 3/4, and March wheat 578 3/4, up 8 1/4. The crude oil is 77.36, down 54 cents. And by the way, $37 a barrel is the profit margin for a barrel of crude oil. So again, they're making a little bit of cash on that transaction. Heating oil is $2.81.59, up 2.8 cents. Gasoline is $2.18, down 1 3/4 cents. Natural gas is $3.06.80. That is up 1.8 cents. First up day in a while. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.36.89 at the border. That's down 35 ticks. The yen, the dollar buys 147.89 yen. That's down 47 ticks. The euro is still up 109.25 and currently down 13 ticks on the day. And the dollar is 103.42, down 10 ticks. Gold is at $2,002.70, up 22.40. Silver's 23.90, up 29 cents, and platinum is at 9.38, up 14.60.
You have a good day, Doug.
Thanks. You too.
We'll talk to you again. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Well, Abby mentioned a little bit about the progress of the corn harvest out in the Hemlock area at the Andersons. She was estimating a little bit better than 55%. Statewide, 67% of the corn has been harvested for grain so far. That was as of yesterday. Soybeans pretty much wrapped up, 92%. Winter wheat emerged about 86%. And as far as the winter wheat goes, only 4% is rated poor to very poor. So very good stands of wheat here in the state. Soil moisture, obviously, we're not lacking much right now, according to the latest research. Topsoil moisture, only 8% is rated short to very short. Subsoil moisture, a little bit drier, but 20% of that is rated at short to very short. Corn for grain harvest remained behind the 5-year average. Corn for grain moisture content at harvest statewide was 22%. So we're a little bit drier here than what the statewide average is, which was down 1% from last week, but up 2 points from the 5-year average. Winter wheat, for the most part, the planting was obviously wrapped up, and it looks as though the soybean harvest, given the nice weather that we saw, is pretty well wrapped up as well. We'll be back, and Matthew, who will we be talking to then?
Up next, we have Craig Voorhees from Rummel Insurance.
But first, this.
How was youth football practice, Coach?
Good. They handed out jerseys. We're green.
Was he excited?
Yeah. Says it's the second year in a row he'll match our sugar beet fields.
What? He played for the Browns last fall.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Oh, sorry. So he's becoming a teenager.
Apparently, but it's a good thing we tackled our Cercospora with the CR Plus trait. Green fields are the only reason I've got time to coach.
Green fields are from CR Plus?
Yep. We now have the power of plus. The KWS CR Plus trait is licensed to Beta Seed and Crystal Brand Seed and available in select varieties.
While a harvested field has a certain peaceful look to it, the wise farmer knows there's still a lot of potential sitting there. A fall application of Dairy Dew's layer manure accelerates the conversion of crop stubble into next year's plant food by returning nutrients to the soil.
Right now, Dairy Dew's layer manure from Morgan Composting is only $60 a ton.
Gypsum Plus is a miracle medicine for your soil. It provides micronutrients of calcium and sulfur while improving aeration and water percolation, giving your field the ability to soak up water.
Dairy Dew's Gypsum Plus comes in organic or conventional and starts at only $56 a ton.
Looking for a really economical way to break down your crop residue back into the soil? Dairy Dew's Tacky Manure is the simplest way to get it done. Order now and get it working before winter.
Tacky Manure from Morgan Composting is only $35 a ton.
Not sure which is the best Dairy Dew product for your fields? Contact a soil health expert at Morgan Composting or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
Healthy plants come from healthy soil. Healthy soil comes from Dairy Dew.
Do you need tree trimming? Do you need tree removal? Well, then you need Legendary Tree Care. No job is too big or too small. They're fully licensed and insured, and they specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com. That's where you can find them, or like them on Facebook. They're here when you need them. Legendary Tree Care. Along with us, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, we got the Thanksgiving coming up here pretty quick. My guess is in the insurance business, we can't emphasize enough about being safely out there.
Right, Terry. I mean, we want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And yes, hopefully we don't have any catastrophes to deal with, but it seems like we always get one or two a year. If you're doing the deep frying of the turkey, make sure you've tested your container's capacity with water and without the fire before you get the oil and the bird involved. And try not to do any cooking, like set your stove and go to church maybe. Just, don't leave things unattended. It sounds like common sense, but unfortunately, like I said, we always get one or two folks that think they're doing things right, and then they come home to a disaster.
Well, it's called multitasking, Craig. You can do 2, 3, 4 things, and maybe you're pretty efficient at it, but every once in a while, something happens. And like you said, something gets left on the stove, and you're into the Lord's Prayer in church, and all of a sudden it's like, I think I forgot. Better, husband, why don't you run home and check the stove quick? I got some boiling water or something over there. But no, you bring up a really good point about the fryer. That's a lesson that a lot of folks have learned over the years, and that is you use water first just to see how much space that bird is going to occupy.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I've heard a consultant once say about multitasking, his definition was doing one thing well and then doing several other things while distracted.
There you go. Well, we won't talk to you tomorrow, but maybe we can connect here before the end of the week on Friday. We'll just have to see how things go. But we wish you, your family, Craig, and everybody at the Rummel Agency happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Terry, and same to you and to our customers out there. Again, we wish them the same, and if they do need us over the long weekend, our emergency phone number is our main number, the 800-572-0939.
Good suggestion. Craig, you take care, all righty?
Thank you, Terry. You too.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. Things are winding down here as far as the harvest goes, and a lot of folks have been spending some time on the land. Might not be a bad idea if you're looking at some fertilizer that you might want to buy, capitalize on, take advantage of some pricing, or seed. They are a Dairyland seed headquarters as well. Freeland Bean and Grain, they can help. Serving you since 1983. Serving you is their business. It's Freeland Bean and Grain. We'll be right back.
Before it's too late and white mold becomes a problem, you need to ask your seed dealer for Heads Up seed treatment. When raising soybeans in the Midwest, you know the risk of being caught unprepared. As heard on Ag PhD, there are several steps you can take prior to planting for a successful management plan against white mold. Compatible and cost-effective season-long protection starts now by asking your seed dealer to apply Heads Up to your bean seed order. For more information, visit headsupst.com.
Jerry Samolsky joining us right now from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. And Jerry, the last time I took a look, Bay City had about 0.7 of an inch of rain.
Yeah, it started hard. It's just been going all day long, and it's still kind of keeping up a little bit. It isn't really a downpour, but it's that constant rain all day long. That's what we're predicting, and I'm seeing we're going to probably get about inch and a quarter, I'm thinking.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. So what should we be thinking about taking care of out there right now, Jerry?
You got it right, Terry. What should we be thinking about? Because it is miserable out there to be outside and doing things. But, as we get forward to the Christmas season, we start looking at those fresh-cut trees. Just remember, a fresh-cut tree is just that. It's fresh cut. So when you cut your tree at the farm, if you bring it home and don't put it in water immediately, and maybe you're going to put it in the stand a day or two later, you want to make a fresh cut again. So a fresh cut means fresh within a few hours. So again, just because you cut it fresh and then it sits on top of the ground for a day or two before you bring it in and put it in the stand, you need to make another fresh cut, maybe only a half inch or so off the bottom, but you're going to want to cut it again and get it in water so it'll continue to take up water, it doesn't dry out.
Good suggestion. Jerry, you take care. We'll talk to you again.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Over to Baird & Company we go. Is it Steve today?
Yes, it is.
Why, yes, it is.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
Real good. What's New York doing to us?
Well, they're just a little bit red. It's not a horrible day, but it is down. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 78 points, putting it at 35,072. Volume there is 271 million shares. NASDAQ's down 105, putting it at 14,180. Volume there, 330 million shares. Locally, Caterpillar, 248.88, down 157. Deere, 380.88, up 55. CMS, 56.52, down 62. Dow, 51.78, up a dime. DuPont, 70.96, down 40. Corteva, 46.74, down 12. GM 27.84, down 68. Trinzio 6.69, down 12. Walmart 155.92, down 62. Huntington Banks 10.95, down 11. Independent Bank 21.93, down 21. And AT&T is ahead by 6 cents at 16.16. That about does it from here.
I guess so. Steve Anderson, we won't talk to you tomorrow, but you have a very happy Thanksgiving. All righty?
I will, and we wish everyone there the very best.
Thank you. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. We'll be right back.
Beta Seed is known for an all-star lineup of experts, breeders, technicians, and scientists around a single goal, your continued success. This is Rob Gerstenberger reminding you that Beta Seed works hard to understand your challenges, goals, and opportunities. We have varieties bred to maximize tonnage and sugar while also managing disease, all developed and refined in your local grower fields. We know that you manage a lot of variables, but your Beta Seed team remains focused on one, grower satisfaction. Let me know how we've done and how we can build the next generation of seed together.
We've been talking a little bit about the corn. The last report that we had was that Michigan corn production is forecast to be up 5% from last year. The yield is forecasted to be at 171 bushels per acre, which is up 3 bushels from last year and up 1 bushel from last year's projection. So fingers crossed. I hope that includes your farm. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WS